I have something in my eye, and that's a good... There we go. Live on the YouTubes I should be. Let's check it out. The live stream has just begun. Very good. Okay. We are watching my... Check it out. The live stream has just begun. Oh, I have a... Very good. I have a very lovely voice. Very lovely. And I'm a very attractive young man. My hair is very dark for some reason. At least on stream, I don't know. That's not how it looks in real life. The webcam is not the best, so yeah, that's that. Let's call out to the world live on the YouTubes. There we go. Let's just Twitter it as well. Yo, yo, yo. I am live on YouTube. Whatever games we wanna play. Come on by. Where is a link? Also, where's my chat? Good day, good sir. Yes, hello, Sergeant Elite. Let's open the chat in a new window and pop it up right up here, so that I have an eye on it as well at all times. There we go. And now I just need to find the streaming chair option, I suppose. How do I share this? It's not a Crusader Kings 2. It's just it's a random stream of random games and stuff. I'm very fine, thank you. You know, I was a little bit sick lately, but otherwise, well, not too bad. So that is saved. Is the quality really this shitty? Why is the... Is that... Well, not too bad. Is that actually the quality, or is that just me? That is just me, I believe. The quality... Is that... Well, not too bad. No, that's the actual... Okay, the actual quality is much better. Hello, Gerald. How are you? And how are you, Sergeant Elite? I don't know if I asked it. I think I did. But, yeah, I'm just still setting everything up. Should be up. Well, I should probably... Well, how about I just turn that off for a moment while I set everything up, so you don't get too much of my personal life in your stuff. Can I see my stream on here? I didn't get a notification on my phone. Probably because I didn't. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm fine. As I said, I was a little bit sick lately, but otherwise I'm dueling. Yes, I'm dueling with Kaiba. You know, I believe in the hearts of the cards, I suppose, and all that shit. I'm actually kind of searching for a way to share my stream, and I think I just found it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Yeah, well, there we go. Okay. So, that is all good. Let's minimize this and minimize this as well. And we're gonna go with this again. Don't need to see my live dashboard or my Twitch or my Spotify or my chat here or that. You don't need to see anything really. Oh look, he actually added it to his favorites. How interesting. What game are we going to play first? I was thinking of maybe a little bit Hearts of Iron. I'm playing a mod lately a lot, the Equestrian at War mod. Yes, it does sound, it's an odd mod to say the least, but it's actually really good and it's really in depth and all that stuff. So I really like it. Played it way too much recently, and we're gonna play it some more. I'm actually going to change over to game stuff. There we go. There it is. Or do you have any other suggestions? Yeah, the Equestrian at War mod. It's really good. I'm gonna show it to you gonna explain a little bit about it if you actually want to play it. I don't know. You always have like the option to be like, no, we don't want to watch that. That is up to you, really. And up to me, of course. No. Also, because that's just how my live streams go, I usually am drinking a little bit. We are going to start with a little bit of beer. Not too much. We're gonna get to the harder stuff later, but for now we just have some good old... it's with strawberries, so it's actually kind of sweet, and it just tastes really good. It's dark beer with like strawberry something, so... Prost. Yeah. Don't worry, I have 2 more bottles of that. Is it just me? Can you shut up for a moment, because I wanna hear. That is just me, I believe. The quality to share. I wanna hear. That's really loud. It's dark beer with like strawberries. It's fine though. It's fine. So. Let's start this baby up. Hopefully my if the webcam is a little bit in the way, I'm gonna... Dunkles Radler, yeah. I'm not too much of a, you know, pure beer. Okay, so you can already see that there's something going on here. Time to put our differences behind us. We weren't meant to rule together. Oh no, we were meant to rule together, little sister. Will you accept my friendship? So, as you can see, that's something going on here. As I was saying, I'm not actually... Pure beer is actually not that much to my taste. Giulio Piccolini. Piccolini? So, Equestria about My Little Pony. Yes, I know. That sounds absolutely... ridiculous. Hey! Yay! That sounds absolutely ridiculous, and it is kind of, because it's, of course, Hearts of Iron 4, and it's about war and all that good stuff, but if we just... first of all, let me show you how many freaking saves I have. Not that many, actually, but for me, I have, like, started 6 games, and 5 times as freaking Griffins, but let's go to the menu, and we're gonna just play alone, start a new game, and I'm gonna show you a little bit around. Well, I would say I normally don't drink either, but I drink a little bit too much, I guess. You know, I'm not an alcoholic yet, but sometimes... it's not that I drink too often, it's that I drink too much when I drink. So, we have, of course, the name-giving nation over here with Equestria, and it's led by Princess Celestia. There's a little bit of back story, though. Oh, no, I'm smoking is, well... It's not something I do, luckily. Actually, I do smoke when, like, I'm a party smoker. When I'm rather drunk, I smoke. And every time I regret it the next morning. When I wake up and my throat is super sore. And it just, the taste is still on my tongue. And it's just not nice. So we have a couple of different factions we can choose from here. I've played as Equestria before. There's like a different path. I can go with a civil war, and that's what I usually do. But we're not gonna play them. Then we have like Stalingrad, which is, as you can see, is a communist nation of ponies. Then we have the Crystal Empire, which, you know, it's crystal ponies, I suppose. Then we have the Changelings. These guys are shapeshifters, more or less. They can actually transform into any pony they want, I believe. And that's pretty awesome. They're kind of evil, and they feed on love or something, yeah. Then we have the Deers over here. And then we have like griffins, penguins, polar bears, yaks, and buffaloes. We also have some dragons. Sadly, they don't actually have their own focus tree, so they're pretty boring to play. And that's just the main continent. And then we have like the secondary continent, where we have all sorts of different craziness. For example, we have minotaurs down here. Sadly, they also don't have their own focus tree as of yet. I think the mod is still in development, so that might change. But then we have all sorts of different Griffin factions. For example, we have the Kingdom of Wingbardi, which is like an Italian faction, and they can, they actually get someone called Biccolini, so, you know, Mussolini and all of that. Then we have like the Duchy, the Kingdom of Aquileia, which I believe is something French. Then we have the Griffin Empire, which is fractured at the moment with their Kaiser or Emperor Grover the Fourth. The fifth? I think it's the fifth. And just some splinter factions. Some other people. We have some zebras over here and some more deers. In the north, we have the Dread League, which is like an undead pony faction. They're like necromancers and, you know, vampires and skeletons and all that. And then we have the Arcturian Order, which are like the Night's Watch from Game of Thrones. They are here to stop the Dread League from spreading out. I've actually played as the Dread League before, and they're very interesting. They're very hard to play. And you know what? Let's play them again. Let's play the Dread League, because I think they are a very good representation of this mod. Because if you look at this mod and it's like, yeah, it's like, oh, it's My Little Pony. It's like about this friendship and love. No, this is Hearts of Iron 4, my friends. And there's a lot of war and there's a lot of, well, just horrible deeds. And it's actually very in-depth. Like, there's a lot of lore behind this mod, a lot of very unique focus trees, and it's really freaking hard. I think I only won once, and that was as the Lunar Empire, which is like a splinter faction of Equestria. But we're gonna play as the Dread League here. We have Rosa Maledicta as our leader, and I'm gonna show you everything else once we actually are in game. So Rosa Maledicta is a very interesting pony. By the way, if you haven't known, I was a brony back in the day. Haven't watched the series for like the season 4 or something, since season 4. But I was one, yeah. When I was like 16. I was very much into My Little Pony. I was actually even like meeting up with other bronies in Germany. So that was a really cool meeting. They're very nice people. And yeah, I was like very involved in the whole MLP scene, I would say, back in the day. So I know a little bit about, you know, what's going on over here. I think Griffonia, I don't know if that was mentioned in like a season after season 4, but I haven't watched since then, so I don't know. But I think this continent is mostly made up by the developers, so I don't know. Not too much lore that I know, but okay, so we have Rosa Maledicta here. And we don't actually get a story to her. Okay, I thought we may get a little bit of a backstory, but she's currently the leader of the Dread League, and our focuses are to decide her path down. So actually it's not, you know, our focus tree is not that long, but it takes a lot of time. Oh, I guess not actually. I thought it takes a lot of time, but I suppose the Arcturian League. If we actually look at the Arcturian Order, which is our main enemy at the beginning, they actually have a pretty awesome focus tree as well, and they take a lot of time, like 140 days each. So they basically have double focuses. Well, we both are preparing for a coming war. So we begin here with the Legion of Rot and the Legion of Bone, two skeleton legions, or just skeleton soldiers. We have General Windrunner, which obviously I'm going to put in charge because, you know, from Warcraft, you might know her from Warcraft 3 or World of Warcraft, or even Hearts of, yeah, Heroes of the Storm or Hearthstone. But damn, Windrunner, one of my favorite characters in Warcraft. And yeah, I'm a super huge fan of Warcraft as well. I've like played it since 9 years now. Not Warcraft 3. Yeah, I mean Warcraft 3 I've also played for far too long. But World of Warcraft, and I've read many of the books about Warcraft. So Windrunner, definitely one of my favorite characters. And she's going to be our general here. And we're going to not have, you know, a marshal as of now. And she's just gonna go over here and train her troops. So there's actually a little bit of a problem we have to begin with. First of all, we only have one technology slot, and we have plus 980% research time, because we are a detached country. And we also have Magehold, and we have a poor science base. We can change that, the poor science base, once we have researched muskets. You'll be like, what? Muskets? But I thought this is Hearts of Iron. Yeah, well, we start off with medieval weapons. Please note that, for example, Equestria, they already have normal infantry equipment and tanks and all that stuff, so they are pretty advanced. We need to research muskets first before we even get basic infantry equipment. That's gonna take some time. In the meantime, the good thing is, medieval weaponry is goddamn cheap and very quick and easy to make. So we're just gonna train like 5 divisions of skeletons over here in the passage, and they're gonna join Sylvanas Windrunner's army here. Then we have a couple of civilian factories. We're gonna build a little bit of infrastructure to aid our war later, and then we're gonna go with the Dread Council's decision. The time has come to once again choose a leader for the current Dread League. Rosa Maledicta is the most promising candidate for this position. She has great ambition that matches her proficiency in dark magic. Truly, she will be the leader the Dread League needs. So we gain 20 base stability and 20% war support. If you look at the moment, we have a pretty bad stability and our war support is also not too great. But that's going to change rather quickly here. Oops, that's not what I... Hello, sailors. I don't know why you called me Untermensch, but so be it. We are playing Hearts of Iron, the Empire of the Dead. The Dread League is little more than a coalition of necromancers who live on the fringes of society. They have little industry or technology save ancient magic and outdated factories. Officially, the lands of the Dread League are owned by the Arcturian Order and have been for centuries. The Knights, however, know better. After the fall of the Empire of Undeath, the Dread League endures on the fringes of society. The ancient dark magic of the world will always tempt the curious, as they have known. An evil unknown calling has brought together necromancers from across the globe to the very spot where the Empire of Undeath was defeated long ago, the Frozen North. There they gather to form the Necromancers' Council, for the time is right to choose a leader to guide them on a path to world conquest once again. The ancient dead stir. Will the mortals be ready to face the oncoming tide? There's much work to be done. Yes. Yes, I know. Yeah, hello, Cuman of Cumania. Yes, it is the Equestria at War mod for Hearts of Iron 4 that we are playing. And we are playing as the Dread League, the undead ponies, the necromancers, with our leader, Rosa Maledicta. And we're just forming up at our border. And we are going to train our people because, well, first of all, they're gonna be better, but also because we need the army experience to actually change their divisions a little bit. For example, I'm gonna add artillery to them. I'm also drinking some beer here again. It's some porters. It's like dark beer with strawberry. It's very good. And yeah, we're gonna play a little bit of this, and later we're probably going to change to another game, but so far. Yeah, in multiplayer, I can see that the Dread League, because they're just not really all that good. Like, they're very hard, or at least. But I'm not playing a lot of multiplayer. I'm just playing them in single player. Yeah, I've actually played them twice before, and both times I failed because they're just really hard once they start their Black Crusade. The Emperor is dead. After a long 40-year reign, the Griffonian Emperor Grover V passed away in the Imperial Palace. After a brief period of utter chaos in the capital, a proper Regency Council was established to guide and care for Prince Grover VI and protect the Empire. After the situation was stabilized, a short and private funeral procession was organized for the late Emperor, as per his dying wishes, and a ceremony was held confirming Prince Grover's succession to the throne. Send our condolences, because yes, we are very sad that heresy detected, that he died. I have some other stuff over there. In my... I would show you, but my room is a mess, so I'm not gonna actually... Also, it takes very long to readjust my webcam, so I'm not gonna do it. Biccolini becomes prime minister. As I told you in the beginning, Biccolini is the fascist ruler of Wingbody, which is like an Italian faction of Griffins. An intense week of backroom meetings between King and Biccolini, or Biccolini? I don't know, has finally produced a result. The king spoke to a large crowd in Carthon, announcing Giulio Biccolini, leader of the far-right PNF, as Wingbardi's new prime minister. Replacing the previous Gacta government, Biccolini has formed a new cabinet, surprising most with the inclusion of socialist ministers, and has promised a swift end to the political deadlock. Experts are skeptical of his chances, but there is a certain sense of hope among the common Wingbardians. Perhaps the self-fashioned dues may bring about order. Interesting. Man, the music is real freaking intense right now. Maybe let's turn that a little bit down. The Privan Civil War ends. After nearly 3 years of bloody fighting in the fields of Privan, the civil war ended with communist revolutionaries claiming the victory. The country is left devastated, and it will take many months for the Griffins to rebuild their homeland. The fate of Brodfeld royal family and the future of the Privan Griffins is now in claws of Comrade General Redglad. The neighbors are worried by this turn of the event. Yeah, well, what a worrying old world. I wouldn't mind if the communists cause a lot of trouble here down in the south, because we need it. We need it. Let's actually check the stream real quick. Yeah, come on, load. It looks good. Looks good, actually. The Blackrock Bandits declared war on the Privan Republic. They're going to lose because they just have like so few more divisions, and they just don't have really any chance of winning this war. I should probably play them because they do have a unique focus tree, but I never actually saw them live on longer than the first few months. Oh, sorry, pressed the wrong button. I tried to play as the DL, but got my ass handed when I kept declaring war on everybody. Yeah, I've played as the Dread League twice already, and the Dark Crusade is something you really have to plan for, and you need to be very careful how you deal with it. Headmaster Torek shot. In the waning hours of sunlight, in a torchlit forum, Headmaster Torek had called for a national address to the Arcturian Order. He was to address the nation over the growing issue of the Dread League. During the announcement the following morning, the headmaster was shot by an unknown assailant in the crowd. The old griffin did not survive his wounds as he bled to death on the altar's podium. A changeling of unknown origin, it could not be traced as it fled the scene with thousands of ponies and griffins watching. How will this change the Arcturian Order? We do not know. The future is never certain in these dark times. This news is most pleasing. We should act immediately. Well, we have, a small army assembled already, but not big enough to actually do anything. We have the Legion of Creaking Crackers, the Dreadful Dashers, the Restless Harem. That's probably not what it says. Oh, Harrows. Okay. It would be funny if it's actually the Restless Harem, but the Silent Slashers and the Eternal Walkers. So it's basically the Legion of 13-year-old edgy teenager boys. So that's what we have here. We are running a little bit short on equipment, but yeah, it's because we don't really have many factories right now. And how long does this take? Oh, it takes 210 days. I was like, wow, this should have been done by now if it only takes 70 days, but no, it actually takes quite a long time. Yeah, the border conflicts, I kind of didn't understand them when I played. Both times I actually just crushed the order. The first time I had a little bit of trouble breaking through, but the second time I easily crushed them. And if you actually, you could probably get a ship, a destroyer out before attacking the Arcturian Order and just do a naval invasion on like right here and just fight the end from both sides. That's probably very easy. So, new Daring Do book. I don't care. The Dread Council. Welcome, my queen. Actually, let's... no, welcome, my queen. The Dread Council is a place where all major factions come together and deliberate over the future, or attempt to settle disputes in a more civil manner. The only two factions you should know about are the Society of Bones and the Coven of Blood. Sadly, when the Coven and Society enter the same room, egos clash. The Society of Bones is largely a collection of necromancers, with a small group of ancient liches commanding the most respect and power amongst them. The Society has had a long history of mass resurrection spells and has such grown accustomed to amassing large armies of skeletons and sometimes zombies to do their bidding. Since the condition of the cadaver can never be properly determined, the Society relies on hordes and swarm tactics in times of war in hopes to simply overwhelm the opponent. On the other side, we have the vampires of the Coven of Blood, the oldest surviving faction on this peninsula. They often consider themselves the superior beings and can be quite arrogant. This mindset does not help them when a council meeting is due. Many of the disputes between the Coven and the Society often come from council meetings. The Coven of Blood has a superior army compared to the Society, being comprised mainly of thralls and vampires themselves. However, since it is very difficult to produce another living vampire, and the thralls that they take for themselves, the Coven cannot field a large army as swiftly as the Society does. They may hit hard and fast, but losing one of their own can set the Coven back months. You have a difficult choice ahead of you, my queen. We hope you choose the one which is best suited for you. You won't be able to turn your back on the one that you decided to associate yourself with, so decide carefully. I will deliberate over this. Yes, I am going to choose the Coven of Blood. My first time I went with the Coven of Blood, I lost. Then I went with the Society of Bones, and I lost again, and I noticed how freaking bad they are. Because they have one major drawback against the vampires. And that is, the vampires, they get a lot of research bonuses. Like this one, for example, just minus 200%, minus 100%, minus 200%. You can't research shit with the Society of Bones. The Coven of Blood, they are just better, I think. The Coven of Blood is run exclusively by vampires. Most of these are ponies. These vampires will specialize turning the armies of the Nation into vampiric armies supported by the elite few and their thralls. Siding with this faction will anger the Society of Bones. I get the Coven of Blood established in control, and I gain 2 crystals, which is a special magical resource in this mod. So that's pretty dope. Me too. Me too. Just quickly on my Discord. I like this song. Let's actually turn it up a little bit. Not too worried about copyrighted music. I know that it's totally going to be copyrighted, but I don't care. It's the thing. Oh, my first beer is already empty. Nova Graphonia has declared war on Virgilia. That's a conflict over here that usually happens. They're probably going to... I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't have historical focus trees activated, so I don't know what they are gonna do, but usually they turn themselves fascist, I believe, and then declare their own empire. But we could see Stalingrad go after them. Who did they choose? Where can I see? Oh, they haven't chosen anyone yet. And they can go with like Vasily, Darkwing, or Sinister, which is like 3 different leaders, of course. Let's go and just say we want an infantry leader for now. And we have chosen the Coven of Blood. To walk the bloodied path. The leader of the Coven looked directly at you, her mouth curling into a fanged smile. We are delighted you made the right choice. Come, follow me. I'll show you our ways, my queen. The leader spoke, motioning for you to follow her through the door behind her. Beyond the doors lied a long corridor, lined with mosaics and notable figures from the ancient dead empire. the history behind those having long been lost to the annals of time, the finer details having faded on the old paint. At the end of the corridor sat a pedestal. On it read the words, "The way lies open to those of the sanguine calling." The coven leader looks towards you expectantly and urges you to place a hoof on the pedestal. "Good. Now I shall do the rest," she uttered, placing her own hoof over yours. "Sanguis ad sanguine, omnis erit conspicium," she spoke. Immediately the room began to darken. Pain struck your hoof, and you felt a slight trickle of warm blood, and like it had life of its own, began to cover the etchings of the pedestal. The room adopted a sanguine glow and started to emit a hum, one that drilled straight into your head. It left as quickly as it came, the room no longer as dark as it had been. "Welcome to the Coven of Blood, my Queen Rosa. I have much to show you about us." With those words, she placed her hoof on the pedestal herself, and were both sent to another location in a veil of crimson magic. The veil lifts to show you a large room, filled with other vampires and some thralls. Welcome home, Queen Rosa," she utters, gesturing wildly to the room and its occupants. Indeed, there's work to be done. So, we're going just with... let's actually go with the military factory immediately here, and we'll get some steel. Mortals have placed below us vampires. Those that don't have the privilege of becoming our feeding thralls shall be put to use in our factories. Be it so, feed the vampires we have working there. Be it so, feed the vampires we have working there, or to actually work for themselves. Oh, be it to feed the vampires we have working there, or to actually work there themselves. All shall serve us. A little bit of a typo there, but that's not too bad. I was just a little bit confused for a moment. So we are still producing more and more. So Vigilia was already annexed, and Nova Graphonia has taken over them. Right now we have Governor Teethfeather, but we'll see how long he rules. That's all I have to say. And the people of Blackrock, the bandits, were puppeted, and now we have Reeve Bladen. And yeah, Blackrock dies, and Reeve has taken control. So now we have the communists ruling here. What is going on in the Empire? Oh, they have chosen... Yeah, they usually choose the Archon. I actually go with the Duchess most of the times when I play them, because I like her passive bonus, but I suppose the AI usually goes with the Archon. I don't. So we already have more troops than the Octarian Order, and as you can see, they have like no manpower, which definitely... We have a little bit more. We have a few more guys. What? Just... how's this looking? Not just me. Okay. We have sentient livestock, very nice, and we got a new factory. We're gonna go with the Army of Dread first because I need a field marshal. Actually, I do get a new research slot, and that's pretty good. And we can also do the border wars. So I wanna do this. Every army needs leaders. You should look into gathering the best tactical minds of the Dread League. Their combined experience and their leadership qualities will serve us well in the coming years. The League will see their armies fight for the respect they deserve. Yeah. We're gonna get a little marshal out of this, which is very nice. Heresy detected. No, this is no heresy. This is no heresy. Sparta, I guess. Yeah, I think that is true, that all the music is fan-made. It's really good, most of it. I don't think actually this one is fan-made, like the Katusha instrumental. I'm pretty sure that's a real song. But Radio Stalingrad, for example, is not, you know, most of these. But I like them. These might actually be... Equestria at war music only. Yes. The only Equestria at war music, because I do like the normal music, but Equestria at war is also pretty good. So we already have 12 troops, and they're gonna be trained to regulars here by her. But we're also gaining some experience, which is very nice. For example, we can look into it, and we could give them nothing. But look at how wide they already are. I basically have no idea what all of this means. I'm really bad at designing my armies. I usually just give them a couple of things, and then I'm fine with it. What do I need for this? Bound by blood, okay. So I need a unicorn stands surrounded. Armored griffin knights surround her with a grin. She becomes a blur of pony and steel. She reaves and twirls around the squad of 5 with both natural elegance and surprising ferocity. When she stops, the last knight falls to the ground, dead. That was fun. I should have started doing this sooner, but a lady does not play with her food. Replace Coven of Blood, establishing control with Coven of Blood Vampiric Army. We gain infantry attack, which is pretty dope. We get, well, real Russian folk music, yeah. I'm gonna grab myself my second beer real quick. Oh, hello, camera, where are you going? It's still the same beer, basically, but it's the second bottle. Let's go back to our lands. You gotta help me out right now, after I've filled my beer. Oh, that was luckily not on camera. So we have a musket now, that's really good. I think we need an artillery, yeah, we need pre-industrial artillery. Though I would like this, but I think pre-industrial artillery is just more important right now. And we're going to start creating muskets, even though it's going to take a long time to actually produce and replace our stuff with. The Society withdraws from the Council. The Society of Bones has expressed their disappointment in Rosa Maledicta. They removed themselves from the Council, and any necromancer affiliated with the Society of Bones fled Magehold. With the Society gone, massive hordes of zombies and skeletons cannot be raised to fight against the living. Necromancers remain in Magehold, but the majority of powerful necromancers have abandoned the cause to fight for the ascension of the Dread League. They perceive it as Rosa Maledicta not having their best interests in mind. With the exodus of the Society of Bones, you will see a severe reduction in the growth of your army as the denizens that feed off of necromantic energies begin to fade or die out. Don't let the vampires bite at night. A disappointment indeed, they will not be missed. A little bit of power loss, but not too bad. A row is from left to right. A column is from up to down, right? Noble Dance of Death. Okay, the Duchy of Aquileia just declared war on a lot of its neighbors. These 4 neighbors are pretty weak if we look at them. They have 3 divisions, 4 to 5, 1 and 6 to 12. This one is actually the strongest, but can we send them volunteers? Ah, your country is not allowed to send volunteers. That's sad. Educate the nobles. The nobility from the very core of our society, whilst they may sometimes think themselves above it, they too have to work hard for their nation. The members of the nobility not put forth into combat shall henceforth study technology and doctrine. Our vampiric nature should allow us to make great strides, whereas the mortals would struggle. So, as you can see, we are slowly but surely outnumbering them. And they have peasant levy, and they have like 6. They have the same... No, they don't. We have 9, and they have 6. Or 5 to 6. And we have 9 infantry units, basically, in one division. How's Equestria looking? Equestria is looking fine. You're just supporting Chrysalis. The Kingdom of Elenia is still alive. And the Kingdom of Yakistan is pretty good. Vasily! Penchuchenko, elected General Secretary. This morning, Vasily Penchuchenko was sworn in as General Secretary of Stalingrad Communist Party in a short ceremony held in the Supreme Soviet. The former Prime Minister is a staunch believer in the socialist ideals and is expected to continue the current collective policies. So we have Vasily Penchuchenko leading Stalingrad now. Very interesting. Well, oh yeah, sure, I could. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. There? Maybe the right corner is not so nice because there's some buttons, but we could move it right here. Sure. I mean, it's not like there's anything up here that you need to see. Can't you actually see? No, you can't see my mouse button, okay. But yeah, sure, we can have it down there. That's not a problem. I could also make it smaller. Like, it doesn't have to be that big, I guess. And yeah. No, this is... I thought this was another song, but... There's one song which I really love, and there's like... I think it's one of the only songs where actually someone is singing. It's about Luna, which... Luna is... or was one of my favorite characters from the show, so... You know. That's why I've played as the Lunar Empire a couple of times already. Always, Tevko, always. Good to see you. It's getting a little bit darker, so I might actually turn on my lights soon. So we're gonna get bound by blood. A higher level of obedience can be achieved through blood magic. Being vampires, we of the Coven of Blood have natural disposition towards this kind of sorcery. Through blood magic, we can assure our thralls are loyal and carry out our plans to their utmost ability. Only the strongest of wills will be able to resist our magic. We're going to gain the vision recovery rate and max planning, which is very nice. Also, I believe we gained a couple bonus to research already, so this is going to be a lot faster now. The Duchy of Equilea actually won one of their battles. I think they won all of their battles already. So that's pretty dope. But yeah, so the Archon is now in charge of the Council of Three. Not of the Council of Three, of the Griffin Empire. And then we have... so, these duchies over here, they're now in a new faction. They were actually vassals of the Empire, but when the Archon became the Lord Regent, these duchies proclaimed their independence. And these three duchies are still loyal. Actually, it's 4 duchies. Rumor is its own duchy. But they are now still part of the Griffonian Empire. And also, why is Greifswald? No, they just like each other, I suppose. Let's get a chief of army, and we're gonna get an army offense division here, because that's the only one we have. We have 12 against 12. That's not a good odd right now. But they have like no manpower whatsoever, while we still have a little bit in that regard. So the problem is, if we declare the Black Crusade, we're going to fight these two, and they are in the their independence is guaranteed by the River Federation, and they are pretty strong, especially later on. So we need to worry about them, because they like to launch naval invasions to Magehold, and if Magehold falls, we mostly have a problem. So we need to be careful for that. Prepare for the Dark Crusade. Yeah, we can't... Actually, we want to do that, because we do get the research slot. Actual columns are bad for divisions where they are fighting places like forest, hills, cities, and mountains. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. My queen, the Arcturian Order has persecuted us for years now. You may desire to maneuver the Dread Legion into position of waging war with those vile worshippers of the light and bring an end to the reign of the Petty Order. So we gain dark rituals and spells and unholy conquests. We gain a research slot, we gain political order and base war support. And that's really nice, especially the research slot, because I want engineers. Engineers are going to really help us fortify our border. Right now we are not really training. Actually, these guys are still training. How's that? Communism banned in Wingbody. In a surprise parliamentary result yesterday afternoon, all communist and socialist parties in Wingbody have been banned under threat of judicial prosecution. It was a close vote, but it is believed... Okay, goodbye. Just like communist, it just disappeared. So we have fascists down here, we have fascists up here, we have communists over here, the Royal Commonwealth, Count Cyril Bluecrest, and we have, I don't know, these guys can turn communist, but I think they actually took, yeah, I don't know. It might be right to rule. It seems like, I don't know, because right now the monarchists are still in charge, so they might have chosen the monarchists. Natural studies. You have broad support for smaller hives. The Great Northern Wall. So they are preparing for a changeling war, which is, you know, sensible. We got our new. Do we want more factories right now? We do, but I think I want more research time first. We're gonna welcome the fledglings. Rosa Maledicta's vision puts our current population in a poor position. We must increase our numbers, reap the rewards of their inclusion to our coven. We seek to conquer, but not all our conquests will involve thralls or blood cattle. Those we find useful will become part of our coven. And we need the research bonus. And we're going to get research support equipment here, because we want, of course, some support. Let's get the army recruitment. Actually, let's get the entrenchment, because I like entrenchment. It's going to be really useful in case they attack us, and believe me, we will be attacked a lot, because I have a very good plan on how to deal with all of this once we actually start our Dark Crusade. And that's going to be very interesting. I'm very bad at this game, so we'll see how that goes. Good beer. My god, okay. So, I think there are actually I was about to say, I don't think we will have a bit of problems with extra columns, but it's basically everything is a forest up here. Because it widens your combat width, which is great in places like plains, but is detrimental when throwing all of your troops into mountain passes. That makes sense. I think this is mountainous. Yeah, obviously, this is rather mountainous. There's some mountains over here, but right here, this is all forests and plains. Unlike in Game of Thrones, the Arcturian Order has forts, and they don't actually have a great ice wall, so they're pretty much, you know, they're fucked in terms of that. They might also not have actual guns yet, which is nice. We could industrialize the League, and I might actually do that first. Let it be said that the Coven of Blood is above the uncultured ways of the Society of Bones. We recognize that even with all of our thralls and vampires, be they fledglings or purebloods, we'll need weapons of war to fight our future enemies. We will establish factories to aid in the growth of the war machine. And we need more factories, because right now we are producing 12 weapons a day, but if you look, we need, for reinforcements, actually not that much. Huh. But for upgrades, we need 10,000. I guess this is reinforcements. This is what they mean with reinforcements. But the orders start off with muskets. No, they don't actually. I'm pretty sure the order does not start off with the muskets. They haven't even chosen a new headmaster yet. But, oh no, they have. They will choose, oh, they have chosen Ostwald Wind, which they usually do, not William Steelbeak. But I don't know if they start off with muskets. I don't think they do. The Knightly Banner of Skeleton Slayer. Okay, that's a pretty scary name. Actually, they are producing more divisions. They're producing divisions quicker than we can, which is worrisome. So we definitely need the additional military factory. How many factories do they have? They have 7, and we have 5. We have actually only 3. That's bad. Yeah. Legacy of the High King. I wouldn't mind if they actually attack us, but right now we aren't too good. To elect thy leader. A lot of civilian factories. I think I like that. Whilst the Dread League may be run by Rosa Maledicta, the Coven has a loose political structure defined by the 2 echelons of nobility. With a newly instituted law, both levels of the nobility will be required to vote for a leader of the Coven. This will not only be to represent the Coven, but to lead them on the most internal matters. That gives us more factories, which right now, look at that, we got only 1 more factory, but we already have 3 more weapons per day. Isn't that nice? That's going to help out our upgrades here, hopefully, and also our reinforcements. I don't know what these reinforcements are, to be honest. Maybe this? I don't know. Pre-industrial artillery. Very good. Now we can actually start with basic infantry equipment. What the Order also does not have is they don't actually have the bonuses that we have. They are just still a detached country. Speaking of, we can actually change our... we have a poor science base, which gives us plus 80% research time. We can change it to a small science base, which is going to give us more, you know, quicker research. Very nice. So we are going to build some artillery. For now, we are going to put 1 factory in on it, and we're just going to stockpile them before we actually put them in our army. But before the war begins, I do want our armies to be equipped with artillery. So what did you say? 3x3 infantry with 1 row of artillery and 1 row of RT. A row. A whole row? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's not quite like how I had it, but especially the AT I didn't have. But artillery is pretty nice. I think what I'm gonna give them anyways is I'm gonna give them some support artillery. How much is that going to take? 200 additional artillery. Yeah, that's not too bad. And I don't know what actually... What are they gaining from this? A little bit more HP. Yeah, sure. They're losing a organization and recovery rate. They are gaining soft attack and some hard attack. Some... Definitely... not that much breakthrough. Some piercing, however. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to them. And I think that should be good enough. And we're going to go with no rest for the undead. It's going to give us another military factory. The Dread League... Holy shit! The Dread League lacks the industrial capacity to support the coming Dark Crusade. This presents itself as an opportunity to put some of its inhabitants to use, as manufacturers will need to be built. Manufactories will need to be built in order to provide for the requirements of Rosa and her armies. Plans for these industrial buildings have been drawn by the Dread League's most trusted architects. They simply await the approval from Rosa Maledicta, and my approval they will get. God is on whichever side with the most artillery. Yes. Well, didn't Napoleon always have the most artillery though? A long day in Vita, or Veta. Chaos consumed the Griffin colony as today, on a warm summer day, Governor T. Feather was shot upon the stairs of his manor. Whew. I mean, not like I told that, I hinted at that. Unfortunately, the assailant managed to escape before the police could arrive, and without a scapegoat to blame, the Griffins turned on each other. The long-standing tensions between the communists, the Harmonists, and the fascists exploded on the streets, and the streets ran red with Griffin blood. By the time the military and the police force managed to restore some semblance of order to the country, thousands of Griffins lay dead. After a long and bloody day, every Griffin had but one simple question: what happens next? Yeah, we will definitely send our condolences here. So we have the colonial administration, which is not allied, but then we have the PGI, the fascists, the GPP, the communists, and the GSDP, which is the Harmonist. Harmonist is basically the democracy faction, though they're actually, oh man, it turned real dark real quick, but they're actually monarchy. Monarchist, yeah. I shouldn't pause the game. We have a decision available. We could go for a... And I'm gonna do it, just because we can. Stop training. Get your division up, back. A Wingardian fascist seize Poland. Yeah, I mean, we knew that. I mean, like, Bicolini was already there. We're going to go with... Let's go with Dread expands into Christoph. Eigentlich is what I was about to say, but it's a German word for actually, or well, perhaps. No, I don't actually. Let me actually search it, because I don't actually know what it stands for directly. Eigentlich. Sometimes I know words, but then yeah, it's actual, rather, real, underlying, virtual. That doesn't seem right, but yeah, it's actually like actually. Eigentlich. So I don't think we're gonna win here. They have some knights. That's not nice. We only have our undead. Our undead should be much stronger because of all the nice bonuses we've given them. But we'll see how this border war goes. If we win, we gain manpower and they lose manpower. If we lose, we lose manpower and they gain manpower. So, but they have 100,000 manpower by now. So maybe the border conflict is not actually as good as it seems. The Griffonian Empire declared war on the free city of Rumor. So he tried, he integrated his vassals, and Rumor was like, nah, dude, not happening. But what Rumor doesn't know is that they actually have no chance against the undead. Not the undead, the Empire. So we're gonna go with the Vampiric Elite. Well, the Coven is run by the Vampire Nobility. There are two echelons, the lower and the higher. With the castes properly defined, the lower nobility will go to war, whilst the higher nobility will work towards the betterment of the Dread League through scholarship. They will still learn the ways of war, but through doctrine. I'll replace the Blood Horizons and force loyalty with the Blood Horizons, the educated elite, and we're gonna gain more research power. And I'm gonna give this, we're gonna give our muskets some more factories, but we also want more pre-industrial artillery, obviously. I think we lost the border war. Yeah, I think we lost. Griffonian democracy. Not long ago, Governor Tivatha was assassinated and a provisional government was formed in Vadar until the country could stabilize. The goal of the government was to eventually give way to a democratic election, and despite the efforts of the now deceased Marshal Highhild, it seems that democracy, at least for now, has prevailed. They are free of the old empire's shackles. So they are actually non-aligned. Interesting. So the Arcturian Order is quite powerful right now, and that's worrisome. But we're training more and more troops. And of course the free city of Rumor was taken. They had no chance to actually stand with it against the Griffin Empire. They are pretty strong. So the problem here is, for example, once we actually declare the Dark Crusade, which is this one down here, Finis Omnium Vitarium, they're going to declare war against any bordering country, which will start with the Sunstriker clan, the Northern Tribes, the Watertones, and Farbrook, because by then we will have taken over the Arcturian Order. And Farbrook and Watertones are going to give us, get us into war with the River Federation. And then we have to be very careful, because, for example, if I take over the Northern Tribes, I would go to war with the Griffonian Republic and the Socialist Republic of Free Griffins. And that's a pretty big border right here. But we also are still at war with these guys, so we need a large army to do this. To teach the masters. Unlike the times of old where technology changes were far and few between, it was the nobility of the Coven that taught their thralls to meet their requirements. In these coming times of war, it is the thralls and servants that teach us the modern ways of the world, specifically how modern weapons work. Rosa Maledict's plan will benefit us greatly. And again, we are getting much more. Nova Griffonia was a mistake. We're gonna get much more. Oh, okay, so this is a very interesting war. Because the Privan Republic declared war on the Kingdom of Griffinstone. So Griffinstone is the birthplace of the Griffins, basically. And this war, once they have taken over Griffinstone, all of the other Griffin nations are going to declare war on Privan, because they're like, nah, we're not gonna allow the communists to do this. And of course, like, they have the county of Blackrock here still under their control, which actually doesn't actually have troops. The Griffin host, yeah, wait, what? The Griffian host declared war on the Griffin's People's Republic. Isn't the Griffian host these guys? Oh. So you actually turned communist, and the Griffian host declared war on you. This could be an interesting war, because you are of equal strength. And of course we are going to get more troops here. What do you mean you don't have any orders assigned? Go to Sylvanas. To General Windrunner. And we also should take over Hel van Volker here. Actually, I don't want to have that. How about we get General Muzius the Hallowed to be our field marshal here. Because he has a pretty sick portrait. Yeah, we could train, but I don't think we need to. Apparently our strength is superior to theirs, but I don't believe that. Like, we have the same amount of troops as them as of right now. We're trading some wars. How's my... we nearly deployed enough artillery to actually reinforce ours, so... Yeah, we have some artillery units now, which is nice. Which they don't. They just have infantry. The knights are a little bit worrisome because they're very strong, but, you know. We are vampires mostly, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, as you can see, the fascist Necromancer Council is ruling here. Of course we have fascists. Cursed be thine intruder. The Coven despises intruders on their lands. They view them as sacred and holy. Only their thralls themselves and invited guests are permitted within the Coven's borders. To solve this apparent problem, the Coven will weave dark blood rituals into the land. The Dread League's lands will be coated in vampiric spells, all of them designed to drain the life out of foreign invading armies. We get some division speed and some more steel, and I like that. Yeah, I also do that, like, because look at this portrait. I mean, that's... I don't even know. I assume you are a male pony, but still, that green light around you and all that stuff, it's pretty sick. I mean, we also have Sylvanas, of course, and she's... she has to rule because she is General Windrunner. She's also pretty good, and she's adaptable, which is nice because we are in a very cold climate over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna not actually attack them at all. Like, I'm going to try to push through down here into the end, and then we can just push through to the Holy Order. We don't really need to push through up in the north. We can just entrench our people here. Speaking of that, we're gonna get division recovery rate. Wow, he lost a lot of his oh man, he has a lot of divisions, but he lost a lot of his pony power. Interestingly enough. Man, I'm nearly through my second beer already. Luckily I have some champagne. It's not champagne, I don't know if you call that, I don't know. I did not know. You were sarcastic, to be honest. So let's go and get the Undying Loyalty for now. Rosa Maledicta herself is well versed in the dark arts of magic. To ensure the loyalty of her armies, she has cast a Geas on them. A Geas? A Geas? This Geas ensures that her armies, her generals, and some of her advisors are bound to loyalty unto her. The Dread League will be largely bound to her will. We're gonna get a lot of pony power and another military factory, and I like that. And then we can go to war with the other one. So I guess I was wrong. I guess no one actually went to war with Pryven for this. I remember that when I played as the Griffonian Empire and they did that, I could go to war with them. But I suppose no, not. And wait, who has a... Yeah, no, look at that. Yeah, they have actually war goals against him now. So everyone is like, oh yeah, we can conquer them now. Like, look at this. Wingbari doesn't even have a direct border, but they got a war goal now. And so did the... Yeah, no, there we go. Wingbari actually declared war against them, and because they have this faction that joined... Yeah, look at that. They're just tearing through. Oswald Wind has been elected. Oswald Wind is the new headmaster for the Arcturian Order. I don't know. The Dark Leader's days are at close. And a new chapter has been opened for the Arcturian Order. Oswald Wind will be called into... Okay, goodbye. Okay, they actually have a lot more divisions than we do now, which is worrisome. But we're getting some more, you know. I would like some more infantry equipment. Do we have infantry equipment or actually muskets? And yeah, everyone is now declaring war on Pryvan, so... yeah, even the 3 tones of Griffiths are on them, so... They're pretty much done for. Sanguis Immortalis. The time has come to at last, Rosa Maledicta. You have consolidated your power and reformed the Dread League into a nation to be rightfully feared. However, tradition dictates that you must take the mantle of the Scarlet Queen to be seen as true leader amongst the Coven. To achieve this, you need to recover the fabled Chalice of Blood, which has been lost for countless centuries. And that's what we need to do. There's our support equipment, which is very nice. So we get some engineers companies now. But if you look at our... Oh no, that's not. That's not the right one. We have like plus 300 still. But that's not that bad. All things considered, that is not that bad. If you... Yeah, I also wondered that. The Griffonian people... Wait, what? Really? The Griffonian peoples... Oh no, they won, okay. Yeah, I also wondered what happens, but I'm always taking the right choice. Don't worry, Tepco. I'm not gonna make... I should choose it just for the memes, but I'm not. And the county of Framistria is really going at Pryvan here. Pure communists. What the what? Where's Aquileia? Oh, this is Aquileia. They just renamed them into the Duchy of Rila? What? No. What? This is also this discreet family. What the heck happened over here in Aquileia? And yeah, wait, what? Wow! That's just rude, Wingbody. Wingbody took 13 states. The 3 towns of Griffiths took 3. The Griffonian Empire took 4. But dude, Wingbody! Come on, that's just uncalled for. Framistria got all the work done, and you just took it all for yourself. I'm actually gonna turn on my light real quick. Because it's get dark. It's get dark. Yeah, good words. It's getting dark. Yeah. So that I'm still visible. My light takes a little bit of time to get on. It's like an energy saving time. Light. Yeah, look at this. We are getting troops left and right here. I don't like that he has so many knights. The quest for the Chalice. In order to solidify her rule as Queen of the Dead, Rosa Maledicta must embark on a quest to find an ancient unholy artifact, the Chalice of Blood. She has spent many a long night researching for clues and answers in the dark catacombs of Matrold. After all, the Chalice has been lost for a millennia. While many thought it to be lost forever in the dark wastelands of the Dread League, there are always whispers and dark motions or something hidden. A greater calling must await. Fervently, Rosa has searched, and now she believes she has found its location. Deep in the icy mountains of the north, she believes the dark artifact lies. Legend speaks of the last great Queen of the Dead, who sealed the chalice away in the great castle. However, due to the cataclysm which destroyed the Empire of Undeath, it was lost. Now, however, Rosa has uncovered a map which points to the location of the old castle. She has begun preparing an expedition to the icy mountains. The journey will be long and tiring, but she must succeed if she is to become what she truly is meant to be. The chalice will be mine. Sanguis Immortalis. So before we go to war with the Order, we're actually going to send our ghouls to school. Ghouls make up the majority of the residential population of Matrold and the Dread League. Despite outward appearances, most ghouls retain the intellect they had whilst alive. But since times have changed, and with it the knowledge required to survive in it as well, ghoul education plans will be drafted and implemented by the council in Matrold. You can teach an old ghoul new tricks. The door and the riddle. Rosa Maledicta and her undead thralls traveled long into the night, finally coming upon an ancient set of ruins of the old Dread Empire. The north was cold, and Rosa had lost a few of her necromancers to the frozen hazardous conditions. She cursed them for being weak fools and simply rose them from the dead as her undead thralls. If you cannot serve me in life, you will serve me in death, weaklings, she would snarl before continuing on her journey. As Rosa approached the ruins, they shifted and moved, sensing her presence. After a moment, the ruins seemed to part to reveal a dark stone door engraved with the face of a skull. This had to be the place. All of the research, all of the signs. Today was the day. Today was the way she found the. Wait, what? Today was the day she found the chalice and claimed her rightful birthright. Claimed her very birthright. Full of determination, she stepped closer, only to realize the face was animated and moving. Upon examination with her magic, Rosa found that it was in fact a spirit which had been latched to the door to guard it. No doubt the previous queen of the dead's guard dog. There is but one surety, one purpose, one peace, one outcome, one truth. Of what do I speak? The door whispers to the group. Could it be? Rosa's grand ascension was blocked by something as petty and stupid as an infernal riddle? With greater annoyance, Rosa stepped closer to the face and answered. Well, the answer is taxes, of course. No, it's why death, of course. The chalice. The door chuckles in amusement. Very good. You understand. The only truth in this life is death. The circle must be broken, so that we may ascend to better things in this. With that, it parted and opened for Rosa, leaving the mare a little shocked. The door had spoken the truth she had known for a long time. Their living must be purged from this world, so that they might ascend to the gods of creation they should be. With renewed faith that she was doing the right thing, she strode towards into a large domed room, shrouded in darkness. The very air was thick with the smell of black magic, and in the center of it all is the prize which she had struggled to obtain for so long. A single beam of light projected from the ceiling down to a silver cup, filled with a coppery red liquid. Rosa Maledicta walked forward triumphantly and took the silver chalice into her hoofs. She could feel the arcane energy radiating from the object, throbbing with pure power and magic. Oh yes, this was it. The fabled chalice of blood was hers for the taking. There was little time to waste. Rosa put all thoughts of caution out of her mind and smiled. Yes, this is my moment. Chalice. I claim your powers. It is mine by right. Now give me the power to become the almighty queen of death, she bellowed, shortly before tipping the chalice and drinking its contents dry. Yes, more power, more! Oh my god, it's so much to read. My throat already hurts. The liquid from the chalice took effect on Rosa Maledicta almost instantly, a head-splitting headache hitting her almost immediately. Almost floored by the sudden assault of pain, she stood still and weathered the storm. The feeling of energy rushing through her was the most energetic she had ever felt. But no, she mustn't be distracted by petty feelings. Her time to admire herself will come soon. Come after she has ascended to mortal coil. She would need to venture back home towards Maechult. Her journey was long, but her thralls tired, but it paid off when she saw Maechult in the distance. The approach of the Dread Council building was met with the adoration of the many vampires that now populated Maechult. Entering the building and passing through the corridors to the Coven, Rosa Maledicta had already begun planning the ritual to undertake in the home of the Coven. When the veil of magic had lifted from her sight, the home of the Coven was once again around her. The energy of the chalice runs deep. The energy of the chalice runs deep within me. We must get to work while it lasts, Rosa Maledicta commanded to the thralls and the vampires present there, eager to embrace her future. Rosa was escorted to her room, where the leader of the Coven awaited her. Sad vampire had a warm smile on her face. I have been expecting you, which means it is time for me to pass on the mantle to you, the mayor whispered into Rosa's ear. Rosa watched as the vampire cut just above her forehead and drained some of the blood into a bowl. Drink this, the last thing you need, the blood of another vampire. And with that, she moved away from Rosa Maledicta and towards the circular seat carved into the floor, and gestured to the large circular pedestal. Drink my blood there, only then will this ritual work. the Coven mare supplied. This was it. Rosa Maledicta would finally attain the title of Blood Queen. Ascend beyond her mortal coil. As Rosa drank from the boil, the Coven mare incanted Meum sanguinem pro alium, and the room flared to life. Blood and energy flowed into Rosa from an unknown source in the room. The only feeling Rosa could feel was that of pure ecstasy. Her body felt younger and younger by each passing second. The following moment saw the vampiric magic die down, revealing that the other Coven mare was lying there dying. She took one look at Rosa Maledicta and smiled. You look so young and beautiful, my queen. My death is worth it just to gaze upon you. Those were her last words before her eyes closed for the last time, her body truly motionless. Conjuring a mirror, Rosa Maledicta observed her features with a pleased smile. The world will tremble before her as she felt more alive than ever before. I've never felt so young in life. This power is overwhelming. Gain stability, plus 2%. Gain another research slot. Gains natural spirit, the Queen of Blood, which grants me division attack, 20%. And Rosa Maledicta, the Queen of Blood, becomes leader of the fascist party. The Queen of that. Daily political gain, stability, war support, recruitable population, factory output, and I get a lot more offensive if I am an AI. We are going to research some basic machining tools, and there we have it. Rosa Maledicta, the Queen of Blood, the Queen of the Dead. She is, well, for a pony, quite good looking, I would say. The Changeling Empire declared war on the Kingdom of Olenia. What's about time? They're not weak, but they are not strong enough to actually withstand the Changeling Empire. And now it is time that we soon fight. Wait, what? Oh yeah, it's Waverfront, sorry. Yeah, I was like, what? They've taken Equestria? No. Waverfront has fallen to the Changelings, which is just normal. So we are going to attack the Holy Order of the Arcturians very soon. And in fact, we're going to do that right here, Mors Lucis. And then we're going to focus on this tree a little bit while we just build up an army. And whoa, that was weird. And then we're gonna start our Dark Crusade and just see what else lies here in wait for us. That's going to be interesting. Ah, waifu. Who's your waifu? Maledicta? Or Rosa Maledicta? Or Windrunner? Waifu. To be honest, Windrunner and Rosa Maledicta are both waifus material, you know. How's my beer doing? It's thinning out. So we have the same amount of divisions right now, but our divisions should be so much stronger. And we're going now. For countless generations, the Dread League has been hounded and sieged by the fanatical Arcturian Order. Years of preparation has gone into preparing an army to overcome our obstacles and ascend south. Declaring our intentions with the Order is the last step we need to take before our Great Crusade can start. To war. Oh, this is the song! No, it's not the song. But it's a good song too. Too bad, Olenia has surrendered to the Changelings. Well, it is a song where someone sings, but let's turn it up a little bit. Did you just recruit like 6 divisions? I'm not happy about that. Desperate measures. You probably got some more. Yeah, they're gonna declare war on us if we wouldn't declare war on them, so luckily Sylvanas is actually here to lead the way. And the war is going to start very soon. We are slightly outnumbered, but we're gonna get a lot more troops. Like we're producing so much weaponry. We need much more. I don't know why my hair is so dark on camera. I have dark blonde hair, but this is on camera it doesn't look very blonde. Let's choose maybe a theorist? Sure. And soon we are going to declare war against the Arcturian Order, and blood will flow in masses. Not from us, because we are skeletons, mostly. Yeah, 29 against 25. It's going to be an interesting battle, for sure. But I'm confident we can win it. Oh, okay, wait. That's not good. I need to have a second army. Sombra Obscura. Otto von Brittlemark. Well, let's get General Volker Bloodhoof, because he's a skeleton, and that's pretty dope. I'm gonna have him be positioned down here. And there we go, the war has started. The Dark Crusade and the Arcturian Order. Reports have come in from the cold north of Griffonia, speaking of the shambling undead and wild necromancers. Apparently, in the Shroud of Night, the Arcturian Order witnessed a raid on one of their border towns. Soldiers sent to investigate found no survivors, or bodies. The Order has declared a state of emergency as they fear the Dread League marches upon their borders. The worst is to be feared if the stalwart Arcturians fall to stand up the Dread menace. Dark days are upon us, and the dead march upon the living. Yeah, okay, we're winning all across the front, which is pretty good. Let's attack the end with most of our troops here. We want to take over the end. And we want to hold everything else, basically. We could try to push here, just to protect this border right here. I don't like that we're losing over here, so send one over there. We're holding, which is very important. How's the... Oh, we definitely need to... What the heck is this? That's very Russian. But yeah, we need the Ghouls Worker Union. I'm not gonna read... I can't, actually, Tepco. I can't, because... I don't have the DLC for that. So, yeah. I'm not gonna read any more of the focus things because I can't be bothered really. This is not good. Actually, we are winning. William Steelbeak is holding this army. Interesting. Okay, so the Griffonia Empire is reclaiming the other duchies. They're gonna win this. And so far our war is... Like, look at how many they have lost already in their attacks on us. This is not good. Send one over. And I would like to win this right here. Sylvanas, why don't you send this guy over to him? And we're also going to say you must join him instead, because we can't have you join Sylvanas. She needs her bonuses. Send one of you up to the north. Okay, we have basic infantry equipment, that's pretty good. Let's get weapons 1. This song is really good. Well, I guess I'm gonna turn up then. And I'm gonna shut up a little bit. We're gonna get some basic infantry equipment and send all of these guys to war. Slowly winning over here on the end. No, we won. Well, now that we have the end, we can actually push through here. And we can pretty easily take over the rest, because we're gonna spread out their forces super thinly. And they can't handle that. Oh, this is a real good song too. This is the song! This is the song I was talking about. So I'm gonna be a little bit more quiet. Oh, no, that's not what I meant to do. Of course he has a knight over here in his capital, so let's not actually attack them right there. And we're going to is that right? That's right. We want only the skeleton general to actually hold this front right now, while Sylvanas holds the other fronts. That's not good. Okay, that's actually good. Let's attack them at the capital. Of course I'm marching for... Natürlich marschiere ich für das Vaterland. Well, not quite. It's actually a mod. Also, I should care. You didn't see it on camera, but I did some very dangerous things with this hand right here. When I proclaimed that I'm marching for the fatherland. So, but yeah, I'm playing a mod, Equestria at War, to be precise. Let's turn the music a little bit down. Now this is also a good song. And we're going to take over the capital right now, and that should be their surrender. Yeah, they're pretty much done. I do like this song too. It's very interesting because it is like a lot of industrial stuff happening, all that good stuff. So here, yeah, they should be surrendering any moment now. Not that they have any more manpower. Yeah, they are just out. I don't know how it looks with new recruitment. It seems fine. We're still recruiting troops. We are actually losing a lot of territory right here. That's not good. Because of this front right here. Why can't you... Oh, we lost the end. That's not good. That's really not good. We need to retake the end. Actually, we didn't lose the end, I think, but we lost this port right here. And yeah, now we are... Oh, this is not good. It's really not good. We have to crush them right here. Yeah, overrun them. Yeah, they're really bad on just everything right here. So we really have to push them back and destroy these divisions so that we can focus them on other fronts. Let's actually send them to be aggressive, so that they may do this on their own and just overrun this. Oh, okay, we won. That was close, actually. The war was turning against us. But we're gonna take everything of the Arcturian Order. There we go. I'm going to send Sylvanus' troops down here, and you are going to be, like, marching here. And we need another general to have this, his troops over here. And that's what you are going to do. You are going to be our garrison force, and you're going to be like there, and mostly just the port areas for now. 16 divisions, that's not too bad. But yeah, before we can proclaim the Dark Crusade, we need to be careful. We don't need that much artillery actually, but we do need a lot of infantry equipment. So why don't we go and say, like, 25 factories should work on infantry equipment, because we need a lot of that. And we're going to get some more population, which is nice. But also gain the Prince of Terror and the industrial concerns, electricity, research things here. And if you look at our research times, it's not that bad anymore. It's still very bad, like 200% is still a lot, but not that bad. For the German that just arrived here, I'm drinking some good old porter, some Erdbeer porter. It's pretty good. It's just my second one. Sadly, I only have a third one, but I have some other stuff. I shouldn't drink my beer too quickly because I need it. No, I haven't done that yet again. I don't know what that does actually. The quickest and surest way to take care of the problem of the living is to make them join us. Gains national spirit, converting the living. Political gain for every 30 days. A portion of every non-core state population will be converted directly to pony power. Sure. Let's do that. I hadn't done that yet. We're gonna build some new military factions, because we need them. And we're going to go with cold on the inside. And send all these guys over to the garrison man. We need a lot of garrison forces for our port holdings. Because as I said, the River Federation, they will send a lot of troops over. So we crushed the Arcturian Order. It was not as close as I hoped it to be, but it worked out nonetheless. So we have a magical society. Why don't we go with magical industry? It's pretty dope. Not the best one, but you know, it takes time. Everything takes time, but it's going to be nice. We also need some more for this. And we need another army. We need basically 2 more armies to actually take care of the northern tribes. And this one over here. So, Sylvanus, you're gonna lose some of your troops. Like these 4 are just going to go over here. And you're going to... Well, you need a lot more than 4 to hold this front. But Sylvanus also needs a lot. And the good thing is you don't really need anyone on this front, because as long as we don't actually advance on these guys, we don't need to, you know, position anyone over here, because they have, from these 2 fronts already, people over here. If you get what I'm saying. And you probably do get what I'm saying. Let's add a couple more units. Let's train 10 divisions at the same time, because for some reason we have a lot of infantry equipment right now. We do need more for upgrades. I suppose we have a lot of... yeah, we got a lot from foreign equipment. We took like 10,000 from them. And that's pretty nice. So we're just gonna... Do you know this when you go on the English Discord as German? Everybody makes jokes of Hitler. Well, you know... I make a lot of jokes of Hitler myself, so I don't know. It's like nothing special for me at this point. Well, nothing unusual, basically. We get a lot of pony power, huh? Well, that's probably why we can recruit so many legions. How many legions can I create, like, before it says, like, oh, you can't create anymore? If I can create, like, 24 at a time, I can. Well, let's do it then. Because we definitely need the pony power. And the good thing is I don't even need to change my conscription lore like this. Can I actually go to limited conscription? Because that's going to speed up the training time, and I like that. I don't know if that's going to... Yeah, the music is pretty cheerful. Yeah, it's pretty good. I hope that I can actually do this without being in trouble. But I need a lot of divisions if I want to do this. And why don't we go and research some Great War tanks, just for the lulz of it. And we're going to change our divisions, because we're going to put some engineers in them. Also, we're going to put a column of artillery in them. That's probably going to cost a lot of everything. Yeah, we need 6,000 artillery, and we only have 1,000. So that's going to be a little bit of a setback. I'll probably need to invest some more factories in this. Yeah, 5,000 artillery. But they will do without the artillery, I'm sure. Putting Bahrain on train. The Ghoulish Institution. Nice, more troops. What's this? I need support equipment. I see. I'm gonna build some support equipment. Oh, just... There you go. We don't need to support equipment. Let's get a material designer for infantry, because, you know, what else would we get, really? And look at all these divisions we already have. And we're gonna recruit so many more. I mean, I could put all of them right now on the fields. The problem, of course, is that we don't actually have the support equipment. Ah. Well, how long does it take for me to get all of the support equipment? 3,000 days. That's a bit long. That's a bit long. Gonna turn the music a little bit up. My brother should come soon, and he's going to be joining the stream. So we're gonna change the game when my brother comes. We're not gonna play Hearts of Iron 4 with him. We're gonna play some Fortnite probably, and that's gonna be real fun because it's going to be real weird as well. So why don't we go and improve our artillery, because why not? And we can actually improve our infantry equipment again, which is going to be a hell because we need so much of it. Factories. More civilian factories is not really something we need, but I'm gonna not complain about it. We need more military factories. So right now, we could easily take over our neighbors, but the problem is we can only declare war through our focus, the Black Crusade. And the Black Crusade is going to declare war on every neighbor we have, which means as soon as we take over someone, for example, if we were to take over the Sunstrider clan, we would be at war with the Griffonian Republic, the Third Tree Villages, and the Griffonian Empire. And the Griffonian Empire has a frick ton of divisions, and we can't really deal with that right now. So what we want to do actually is we're gonna take over Farbrook, and we're gonna take over the River Federation, and slowly take over everyone else. Like, we're gonna choose our neighbors real carefully, because we have to. We can't go to war with anyone that is like too dangerous. But also we are making like are they green because I can't train with the infantry equipment, the support equipment. That's kind of bad. And the support equipment takes a long time to actually get still. Well, what if I say get them all the factories they need? Yeah, and we're gonna just do it like that. Not as many on the Commissar Gulov. I love that name. That's actually a very fun name. I mean, Pony Power is looking fine. How's the support equipment doing? 800 days, that's still quite a lot. It's because of all these divisions, of course. Probably, and the reinforcements. What if I say that divisions are more important? Because I want them trained right now. Yeah. They're gaining this support equipment. How much support equipment do we create per day? 2 per day, that's not enough. That's not enough. But we are training new divisions, and that's what is important. Yeah, I understand. I get it. To be honest, I don't have a problem with that too much. Because first of all, I'm not like too German. I mean, I'm super German. That's not what I meant. That's but people don't notice that I'm German too often. Like, I even get many. I'm often asked even now that if I'm German. So if I don't fuck up totally, which I usually do, my accent apparently is not that noticeable. Okay, so the Griffonian Empire, that's a big problem. He just declared war on all of these northern factions. And that's a big problem because he's going to have a massive border with us. Well, he's going to have this border at least. But if we were to take over the northern tribes, we would have a massive border. And I don't like that. Well, as long as every province over here... Like, I want one in every province, so that this is safe. I mean, I could probably march up to here. You need a general, by the way. Vincent Firestorm, that's a cringy name, you get that. And we're gonna get a Chief of Air Force, because we don't have an Air Force. But you get one anyways. And yeah, we're just recruiting one division after another. We need 14 divisions, I believe, for this, for the you know what I mean. Yeah, we're just training a lot of divisions. How long will it take still? 600 days. I'm not gonna be super patient here, to be honest, and we're gonna start our Black Crusade earlier than we should. How many divisions do I have? 44? 50. We're not that far behind. We're creating these divisions real fast right now. But I would like these 3 armies to be full. And I'm gonna do that like that. That is not optimal, of course, but that's how I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna give, well, 14 divisions to you. I'm gonna give 4 divisions to you. And you are holding this front. You don't need that many troops. The rest are going to go to you. And the next thing we're gonna do is actually... first of all, we're gonna train. Because these greenhorns need training. And I don't want them to be too greenhornish. But then we're gonna start the Black Crusade. And yeah, as you can see, they're already training to be better than green. Green is real bad. I don't like that. And yeah, we need to start the Black Crusade. So that's gonna take some time, but yeah, as you can see, the Griffin Empire is already taking their land. And they're gonna pushing us real hard on this front right here. So the training level does seem to be pretty good. Like, we don't actually have anyone who's green anymore, and of course I should probably say that this is no longer as important. But yeah, we're gonna train all these divisions still, if we can. Okay, now it's a little bit too loud. The stars will help her escape, sure. This is about Luna as well. We're gonna stop training when we have this halfway done. Actually, halfway done is probably a bit too extensive. No, that's my second beer empty. I think it's soon time to get the strongest stuff out. And with soon, I mean right now. because when I said some of the strongest stuff, I literally meant everything. I'll put it down there. Okay, the Griffonian Empire won. Oh, the Changelings declared war on Equestria. Interesting. And we have a bunch of divisions ready. I'll give it to Skeleton Jack here. So, I have some Desmas in a nice pink color. It's nearly empty, so it's not too much, luckily, because it's one of my not so favorite drinks. There's one with cinnamon, and that's really good. This one is with berries, and it's not that tasty. But I have some. I think it's champagne. I don't know if champagne is a. Is that just the word for it, or is that actually like a branch? Champagne. Yeah, I think. Really, sparkling wine. I guess I have some sparkling wine right here. It's called Hugo. Yeah, there we go. That's probably what I'm going to drink besides, because my beer is running empty. And then we have some this stuff, this green stuff here, which is wait, lemon, fair mince, which is peppermint, of course, peppermint. Right there, it's peppermint liquor. This one has 80%, 18, not 80. The Das Maß has 17, interestingly enough, and the sparkling wine or champagne has 6.9. And my beer actually, if you want to know, has 4.2. Just so you know. But yeah, there we go. Oh, Equestria loses Tall Tales. Wait, who are you fighting? Wait a second. Are you in a faction? No. Why are you at war with Equestria though? Interesting though. That's really good that they are at war with Equestria. Oh, sorry, I turned off the game again. Pressed the wrong button. I pressed a button in the game, but it's the button which focuses my screen basically. D. Stop training, I guess. Yeah, stop training, because the Dark Crusade is shortly upon us, and we need our troops to be ready. We have enough manpower, or pony power, sorry. Let's go with some light aircraft. And what did we just research? This, huh? All frontline battalions. That sounds pretty good. Does it actually is not mutual with this? So let's get that. And yeah, our research is real slow. So my plan here is to actually, first of all, let's get everyone on medium. We don't want to be too aggressive. We want Sylvanas to break through Farbrook. And Sylvanas is just going to go. So we want to go to the River Federation pretty quick and attack them as soon as we can. And we're gonna take over water towns and... oh, yeah, well, we're gonna take over these two, I suppose. But we don't really want too big of a front with these guys, with the Griffonian Empire. Even though he's at war with... is this... ruled? The Socialist Republic of the Frees. I think the Sylvanians. The Equestrians are over there. But they have their own problems right now, as you can see. And usually they win the war, but you never know. Yeah, they are pushed back hard, but usually Equestria manages to turn the war around, but we don't know that, if that's going to happen here, because, you know, Shire has fallen. Let's quickly check on stream. Check on the stream. It's seemingly okay, which I like to see. Ah, okay, there we go. The Dark Crusade has begun. So we're gonna go and just get the Approach the Voodoo Cabal. And Sylvanas, go! The Black Crusade has been called. Insane madman declares war on the world. Rosa Maledicta, as she proclaims herself, desires to bring ruin to the world. World nations across the globe received a single written message. It read, "The order has fallen and now the world must embrace death," and has many communities worried. This could truly spell horror for the nations of Griffonia when the undead tide brings hell to their doorsteps. The end of days may be upon us all. Pray that the dead return to their graves before they dig one for us all. We shall see the world embrace order in undeath. So for some reason we are actually not at war with the Griffonians just yet, but that's not gonna take too long. I don't actually know why we are not at war with them yet. But as you can see, we are, because he doesn't actually have any troops at the border, we are pushing through. But I expect the water nations, the River Federation, to be annoying here very soon. Who's actually... You are on this front, right? We're going to expand yours to like right here. We could of course actually march to like the Griffin Empire's borders. Oh, march into Watertown. Yeah, well, we are now at war with them. And oh yeah, we're losing hard on this front here, right here. Well, that's not good. Why are we losing so hard right here? Don't like that too much. Oh, that's a good song. Let's actually get some of these troops into a new army. You need a commander, by the way. Why don't you get this guy? This guy looks insane. You get this guy. And I'm gonna send a couple more of his dudes to you. And you're gonna get this other one. Sombra Oscura. And she's going to be right here. Because we are being pushed hard by the Empire right now, which is not good. Sylvanas, delete your orders for this one. All your troops need to be over here. And you need to delete your orders over here. And all your troops need to be here. Okay, so Watertown has capitulated. Which is good. So you are going to this front. The problem here is we are actually at war with these guys now. But we're losing hard on this front with the Griffin Empire for some reason. Which I don't like. But why don't we send you... Nope, not you. You in an attack against Everfrost. And you know, we're just gonna stretch out our border against the Empire now. The Griffonian Empire. Well, hopefully Sylvanas is going to take over Farbrook here. We're going to declare war against these guys soon, so that's not gonna be good for us. And yeah, this is also not good. I don't like my... And there we are, at war with the 13 villages. Spread Sylvanas' troops out a little bit. And let them take over this. No, don't delete the army. Just send them on their way. This is not good. How are the Griffins doing so much damage to us? Like, the Griffin Empire here is... They lost a lot of troops already, but they're dealing a huge number on us. And that's not good. Let's attack them at Farbrook. Take the capital. Are the River Federations? Yeah, they are at war with us. Yeah, I think I lost some troops over there. Let's actually go to... I don't need better the conscription just yet. We are going to get Farbrook. And you are... No, it's not you. It's... Oh, it's Sylvanas, right. Sylvanas' army is right on this front. And there are the river federations. The river villages, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, we are losing more and more land to them. You need to be much more aggressive. Like... Go and get them, boy. I'm not very happy that you haven't taken over them yet. And you're gonna lose here pretty decently. That's the problem. I'm just... Man. We can't deal against this... against the Empire. For some reason. They're just too much for us to take here. I mean, they lost a lot of men already, but they're also dealing a huge number on us. Who's this? You're losing a lot of your troops. You are the garrison force. You need to retreat. Fallback line. Right where these forts are. And you're also going... You're going to join... No, you're the garrison force. You're going to join this, yes. And I suppose you're also going to join this. And Sylvanas, I suppose you also have to return. What if I just say everyone joins this and you're just going to be garrisoning... what I meant. You're just protecting these provinces over there. Everyone retreat. We need to hold this fort line. I don't care what else we're gonna lose. Just hold this fort line. Oh, we already lost. Okay. We lost the fort line, I mean. Sylvanas definitely is going to be the leader of this. We need everyone over here to go to the port. And then go to... just sail over. Yeah, there's a naval invasion on Magehold. They shouldn't succeed, especially with so many of my troops sailing over. We need a united front against the Griffins. It's pretty clear. You're here. And then sail over. Oh no. Sail over. I don't want any of you marching. But I suppose you can't really listen to my orders, I suppose. Also... Wait, what? Oh, no, that's not what I meant to order you. I'm really bad at this game, if you haven't noticed, so... Could you please just... go and protect this against the freaking Griffin Empire real quick? Because they're just pushing through. And if they take Magehold, we basically lost... You need to sail over there. Yeah, thank you. You all should do that, which you are doing. So yeah, more and more of my troops are going over there. You just be recruited in Magehold for right now. How's the reinforcements? We are short on supplies everywhere, of course. And Sylvanas, your orders are to retake the fort line. Go. Don't be too aggressive though. But try to retake it at least. That's pretty good. I mean, they're gonna run out of manpower. Probably. They also had war with Equestria, but Equestria is looking pretty busy right now. If you ask me. We're going to lose 6 divisions over here, which is not so nice. We just lost a bunch of divisions. And that's not even over there, we just lost a bunch of divisions because we did. It wasn't even because of that. Of course we have low supplies right now. And we're just losing so much everywhere. We're killing a lot of them. Killing a lot of them. We haven't lost yet. Still have a decent garrison over at Magehold, which is going to stop any naval invasion, at least for now. Yeah, and once this has taken over, it's going to free a lot of my divisions up, which are hopefully going to retake a lot of this land. Yeah, there's another naval invasion. Go, Sylvanas. I don't know what this means, if I have too many. Current penalty, 29%, okay. Probably not good for her, if I had to assume. Like for her command abilities, but I can't be bothered putting them into individual armies right now. We need to just kill a lot of them. And run them, bleed them dry. Which is what they're trying to ask, but they have tanks, so that's not good. They also have much better armor, you know, weapons than we do, but whatever. And Equestria is fighting the changelings back. What to do with the voodoo? Of civilian victory, I suppose. I don't know if we are actually... We're winning a little bit over here. What if we send over some more troops? And there's another naval invasion, but that's not gonna be bothersome too much. We're losing on Moisfrons. We actually did beat his Panzer battalion back. Other than that, we're not doing so hot. We lost 500k already. So... we might actually need to adjust our recruitment laws a little bit. What if I just split you in half and said that, like, 24 of you are no longer part of Sylvanas' legions. That's gonna give her her bonuses, which is going to be nice. She needs her bonuses. They're gonna have the same orders though. Yeah. Just hopefully with these additional bonuses she now has again, she will do some better, you know, whatever, work. We might push them back over here, which is nice. Not so much down here. What if we send these guys at them? It doesn't seem to help that much. But we are pushing them back a little. We have a lot of the divisions in reserve. They just need support equipment, which is rather rare right now. Yeah, we lost a lot of our factories, of course, because we lost all of this land. But we're killing a lot of griffins, so that's nice. And we might... it looked like we were pushing them back for a moment, but oh well. What if you attack them up here? Great war tank, not like we need a tank, I think. Toad anti-air is nothing I really need. What about some better weapons? I would like to cut them off, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, they're not attacking me much, so why don't we stop for a moment? We're gonna be like voodoo trophies. It's a bit of a stalemate right here. I could wait until the Equestrian Empire. Oh, you know what? That actually might help if he declares war on all these neighbors down here. Don't know how much of his resources he's actually spending on me, so having all of these troops, all of these enemies down here might actually be nice. Let's push again and see maybe if we can't busy him enough to so that he actually loses the war in the south, because, you know, if we can take over all of this, it's going to be very nice. But it doesn't seem like this is actually a problem for him. Let the wars on House of Avian. He also doesn't seem to run out of manpower. He actually gained manpower, it seems, which is pretty bad. And we're not making any kind of progress. Now, actually, we might make a little bit of progress right here. Nope. No. Actually, I don't know. It looks like, yeah, we actually are beating them. That's good. Don't know if that's success is going to be continued, but what if we set them all on aggressive? I mean, we definitely have the pony power. Windrunner is wounded. That's bad. We don't have the equipment is the problem right now. We really don't. I feel like this is not working. It seems to be taking a lot of my manpower right off. I think that just killed a bunch of my people actually. But the good thing is we can actually we could raise the crumbling dead. Or create weapons. Create weapons seems to be a good idea right now. Because we definitely need more weapons. Especially support equipment. We're not actually producing any support equipment. That might be a problem. A bit more monthly population. The West Griffonian Union. Oh, so much for their democratic ways. They turned communist. And they're actually at war with Equestria too. What about Stalingrad? No, they're not at war with Stalingrad just yet. Though they have the Northern Union of Socialist States. Equestria is actually winning the war, so that's nice. We are, of course, not. We only lost 800,000 in this war, and we lost most of our core lands. No, not actually our core lands, but we lost the lands of the Arcturian Order, which is where we got a lot of our manpower from. And the Griffonian Empire did a huge number on these. Sadly, the Duchy of Aquileia is just gone, I guess. And the Kingdom of Wingbardi is something that definitely could help us out, but I don't think they're strong enough. Nor will they actually fight in the north here. Oh, and there's... Oh, okay, there's a naval invasion going on by the River Federation. That's a little bit bothersome. We definitely can't lose... can't lose Magehold. We'll just surround them. Stay a Magehold. Just surround them. They can't have too much equipment, and... Oh no, they're gonna... We lost, basically. Basically, we just lost. Because they took Magehold, and they're gonna get a lot more reinforcements now. And also, I think that's our war score. Yeah. That's not good. Like these guys, you gotta... You have to real quickly take this back. And you need to be aggressive about it. Yeah, there's more and more troops coming. And if you don't take this back quickly, we're not gonna have this land for much longer. What about if we just deploy all these units? It's just half an army. I mean, it's not that much. Okay, well, I suppose I have to... Can I just split them in half and split them in half again? Yeah, we can. Send them over there. I don't care if you greenhorn or if you don't actually have the equipment. We need your servants. Service. Equestria needs you. Or in this case, the Dread League, really. Go. The Dread League needs your service. You aren't actually aggressive anymore, so I don't know why you start these rather fruitless attacks. Oh, we lost more land. That's not good. Yeah, we're losing more and more. I think we actually lost again. Man, I am so bad at this game. It's not even funny. I mean, I'm not bad at this game. It's just the Dread League is really freaking tough. How's Equestria doing? They're actually winning, so... But they're not gonna push too... like, look at how few divisions he actually has up here. Like, 15. And but this guy, the River Federation, is actually the biggest problem, funnily enough. It's not the Griffonian Empire. It's actually the stupid Federation. Putting a lot of pressure on us. And we are out of pony power. So we're gonna go to... well, extensive conscription. And we didn't kill too many. Like, the River Federation basically lost no one. The Empire is doing pretty fine. I mean, I could just say hold to everyone and could probably... Nope, we can't. I was like, oh, we can probably hold these lands. But we can't, really. Yeah, we just don't have the equipment is the problem. Like minus 50,000 infantry equipment. And without equipment, you know, even the undead cannot fight. And also they have planes, which is something we don't have. So yeah, we lost. The battle is over. How much defectors do they have? They don't have that many, but they have 180 to 240. The Empire is actually one of the biggest problems here. And they were at war with Equestria, but Equestria was sadly a little bit busy with others. And yeah, it's the River Federation. That's not the first time they actually did this to me. Yeah, I guess. I mean, the command points actually not that nice because you spent them to upgrade your generals. But if you look at Windrunner, she just learned all of this shit on her own. It's what you usually, you know, skill with the points. She just learns that shit on her own. So, but yeah, we won't be able to win this. I'm pretty confident. Because the River Federation it's just pushing us back so hard. Not even more... yeah, I'm surprised we actually still live. My tactic usually works quite well, but I was surprised how... you know, the Griffonian Empire just took everything. I was surprised how quickly the Griffonian Empire pushed through these two provinces right here. Usually they are held here quite easily, but... and that allows me to take over this land and then go for the River Federation. But I suppose not this time. They just crushed me so easily. And then we have Equestria over here. So yeah, we see the game through Equestria right now. And man, look at all this stuff. They're fighting against the changelings right now. How do I actually change? How do I change who I'm watching? Click to exit country. Click to exit country selection mode. Select a country to observe by control clicking. Click all. Okay. Hey, look, Luna is actually really? Luna is a general? He's a field marshal. Okay, so now we're the changelings. Look at all these nice portraits. These portraits are pretty dope. But yeah, they're losing. We still have some pony power, but yeah, they don't have any chance. The changelings, I've never played them, but there might be something I want to play. Then we have the Crystal Empire. That's pretty cool. They're of course fighting over here. I don't know what's going on over here. Why he has so many field marshals. And look, it's Yakyakistan. The Western Griffon Union. Oh, wait, they are losing against Equestria over here? Yeah, they are. They are, actually. How's the... man, what the frick is going on over here? What is this? Who are you trying to attack? Well, how's Piccolini doing? Piccolini is doing nothing. What is actually his focus tree? Carriers. Bardian Empire, declare Wingardium an empire, or gain claim on the Imperial City. Claim the throne. Oh. Well, why did you declare yourself an empire? Especially because you still called the kingdom. But yeah, let's well, we're done with this, sadly. Sadly we lost as... Oh, the Arcturian Order is back with Oswald Wind. I would have expected Oswald to be a little bit dead, to be honest, because we took over, but I guess not. He also took over all our land. The Holy Order of Arcturus. And there's the Coven of Blood. They are existent still. So if we want to stage a coup, we could. And then there's the damn River Federation. And they have a generic focus tree for the Griffins. There's actually, that's what I really like, is that the Griffins have a generic focus tree. It's not a normal focus tree. But yeah, it's real in depth. I really like this mod. It's a good mod. I'm just real bad at it, is the problem. So yeah, I know what you meant with command points. I'm not that stupid. So what else could we play right now? Well, I also only played 90 hours of Hearth of Iron, so of course I have not yet mastered it. I haven't played so much of it. Trotsky leads Mexico. What a beautiful mod. This is a meme mod. What is a meme? I know what a meme mod is, but what is a meme with the Y at the end? Mod that I made and actually put a lot of effort in. It's largely based on the WTT Easter egg with Senor Hitler. No, Hitler, leading fascist Argentina, but I greatly expanded on the Trotsky in Mexico idea. I've made a decent sized and, let's say, fairly balanced focus tree for Mexico, as well as buffed it a bit and added a new flag. There's few events and a decent number of decisions too. Senor Hitler is ISP humor thinking in a nutshell. It was never a legit thing. Senor Hitler. Well, so much for that. We're gonna find a different game because, you know, I haven't even touched the hard stuff yet. Usually to drink, I would play some what is it called? Some Darkest Dungeon. That's a good game to drink, you know. But I don't know. I'm not too much into Darkest Dungeon at the moment. So what do we do? Let me hear that. But I don't know. I'm not too much into Darkest Dungeon at the moment. I have a very beautiful voice, by the way. just so you know, if you haven't noticed, I really love my voice. So, well, let's play a round of Contagion, shall we? I haven't played this game in a while, but it's a really good game. It's about a zombie apocalypse. It's a bit of a slow game, I would say, because, you know, it feels slow-ish when you walk in it. I also would play some Culling, but Culling just fucked up so hard. Culling was a really good game. And then they just didn't expand it well enough. And it went kind of downhill. Yep, that's loud. Could I please? No. That's very loud. But that's the intro. It's always, for some reason, very loud.